What's up, royalty? I've been doing my makeup. And I was like, I want to talk to my royalty about this generation. This is my protein bar. This generation of children, and when I say children, I mean like 20, let's say 22, nah, we'll say 23 and up. They don't know how rough it was before there was technology. Oh, and this is not a makeup tutorial or nothing. I was just doing my makeup and I was just thinking about this. And I was like, let's talk to my royalty about it. You guys are my royalty if you didn't, like, get that. Anyway, so. Running my settings spray on. So this generation has a problem because what happens if technology goes away? My generation, which is still considered millennials, we're basically like the parents of the millennials. And they have what's called centennials. It's so crazy with these olds. But anyway, they don't know what a pager is. They don't know what a cell phone is, like where it was a chirp phone, you know, the chirp phones. You know what I'm saying. Little Boost Mobile ones. They don't know about that. And it's like, what happens if all of the technology went away? You have no computer. You have no phone. You have no fucking iPad, or you don't have a smart house. Like, what are you gonna do? Do you know? I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna try to find fucking Wi-Fi somewhere to try to figure out how to get out of this situation. That is so sad. Because let me tell you something. My generation, we have in order for us to have fun, we had to go outside. Go outside and play with our friends. And then come back inside when the street lights come on. Yeah, that was my generation. And then computer, well, what happened, I don't know which one came first, but computers came. And then after that, why am I always losing things when I feel like they were just right there? Like it was just right here. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so we had, I'm sorry, I'm opening this freaking translucent powder. I hate working with powder and baking and all that shit, but that is the good part about this generation, is they found out certain things, or they're using, or they found out certain secrets from like makeup artists and shit. But anyway, we had to have And another, I have like this shirt on. If there's makeup on it, that's why I wear fucking shirts that I don't want to wear, because it's gonna have anyway. I told you guys I'm random. It's a part of my fucking name. Yeah, so we had to go through having to come home at 6 in the it was usually like 6ish. Kind of different in Alaska, because the sun basically does not go down. So it's like, when the hell do you go in the house? You know. Oh gosh. Anyway, that shit really was seriously got in my fucking nose. So we had computers. We had to wait for computers. I don't know if the Game Boys and the Nintendo and all that, I don't know when that came out. I think it was before computers. No, I think that came after computers. Oh. I think that it came after computers, and it's like people forget about the Game Boy. The Game Boy was the shit, especially Donkey Kong. And I was thinking about what I was gonna do next. The Sega. I used to love Sega. And sorry, I'm like forgetting what I'm doing here. I really miss those times. And then like the pagers came in, and when the pagers came in, it was like on like Donkey Kong, okay? Like, people were totally on that shit. And it came to where like cell phones were like super huge, and since they were super huge, it first was like for people that like were in business, basically important people. Everyone's important, but you know what I mean. And so it became where it was for people that had money, okay? And then it became to where it was in people's car, just regular people's car. And then it got to where it became wireless. And when it became wireless, like, things just went haywire. Not really haywire, but it was like the fucking, I forgot what they call it, but white on rice. No, that's not what it's called. Anyway, people were really, really happy about this cell phone thing. Oh, but before that, we had pagers. Pagers were the shit. I had like 6 of them, because I would always lose one, or a cuter one came out, or I had one stolen. So yeah, on that one, that's how that went. Pagers were the shit. Excuse me. And after pagers came out, that's when the cell phones came out, and everybody was cell phone crazy. I had the no. It was the pagers first. The pagers came first, and then the Two ways. Two ways came. Oh, when the two ways came, it was like, um, heaven on earth, because you basically are able to, it was like text messaging, basically, how it is now. You were able to talk to the other person through text versus having to worry about, like you couldn't, instead of having to worry about putting your phone number and then waiting for them to call you, you can just pretty much, I guess, call it texting. It's crazy how things have evolved, but things have evolved and made people more dumb. I don't understand that quality of evolving, whatever, you know what I mean. And now they don't understand. I think these are the generation. This generation is the first generation to be born into just all technology. Nothing else is there but technology. And I think it sucks. Like they have like iPads for the kids, and I don't know. It's just too much. It's like the places that it needs to be advanced, it's not advanced. It's not even thought of. Like mental disorders are just now starting to come up because people are starting to like like really see that they're like it's real. Like that shit is real. It's not for play. This fucking shit does some coverage. What is this, Milani? This shit does some shit. Look at me. All that concealer. Whatever. It's time for contour. Put some color back in my fucking face. But yeah, so when I got a cell phone, I was a Nokia girl. I always had the latest, always had the latest phone that came out. And I always broke my phones. I'm just a clumsy person. That's like all I can say. So I was a Nokia girl, and there was this what's it called? Cell phone. It was a cell phone case, right? And the cell phone case was like $300 and something because it was Swarovski crystals. I went to like a Caucasian school, so, and it was kind of like where the students would come in their dad's Lamborghini, or it would be their Lamborghini. Yeah, I kind of grew up in the suburbs, and actually, me and my mom were talking about that. Like, the generation that is my generation, there's so many crack babies. And I'm not saying that to be funny, but seriously, there's a lot of crack babies because of the era of the 80s and the fucking crack. And I feel like it was just like planted there, of course. So yeah, I was kind of saved because my parents were around that. I wasn't around that. And so I was able to focus more on, I don't want to say real life, but I wasn't in the war zone of that crack era. So that's good for me, I guess. No, not I guess. Yeah, that's good for me. Um, I feel sorry for the people that have gone through that because it's like almost everybody I know. Especially because I was born in Alaska and I came to Vegas when I was 6 and I lived in Vegas until I was 27. And I would see the people from California. It was really bad in California. So I would see the people from California, their parents just out of it. Like there's nothing you can say other than they were just like zombies and all they wanted from they would steal from their kids. Um they would be gone. They would use their kids. A lot of them used them for like money in the government. Like if you were 18, you're out. But before that, you're getting the checks from your mom. Like your mom or whoever is getting those checks that you are supposed to have. And then when you become 18, it's like, oh, gotta go. And it's all because they don't, I don't even want to go there, but it's just not fair for people to have to go through that. It's actually sad that people need to realize that things happen in different eras, in different areas of the world, and some of it you call a war zone, right? But that doesn't mean that one war zone is worse than the other war zone or anything. California had a war zone. It became worse and worse and worse and worse. And if you can tell, it's to where it's just inevitable to see. It's like gang members and violence like that. Like you're gonna see that. It's gonna be there. And most of it is because they didn't have guidance. And they wanted to have basically they wanted to feel wanted. They didn't have the people around them that wanted to feel the love that they got from the other people, which is the gangbangers. And a lot of times, the gangbangers are just using the youth, the younger ones. So they don't know that they're being loved because they're being used. And by the time they're in there, they're like already in their like swimwear. They don't care about if they were being used or not, because they don't think that. They think that the homies are there for them. Ugh, it's just, it sucks that it's like that. And I wish I could change things. And I can't. That's the problem. Oh no, wrong brush. This thing's dense. What was I using before? That's the problem with people nowadays is they don't realize that addiction is real, and it can create a mental disorder. So you can actually know someone that changes and they become mentally different. I don't know, but anyway, I think I'm almost done. I don't really want to do anything else. Oh, well, I would like to put a highlighter on. Do 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 do. Is that how? Oh yeah, that's blinding. Blinding. Well, if I had a brush, that would have been better. But I didn't do that with a brush, so I'm going to do that on the other side. I have a lot of things to talk about, guys, but today I kind of don't, other than me talking about these damn generations. This generation now, what has this been, 20 minutes? This generation now has no clue how good they have it, and I'm glad that we have children and, children that are so driven sometimes to do this stuff. But for the people who do it for likes and for comment likes and subscribes, like, I feel like that's so, like, stupid. And also, I feel like, people need to just kind of like be a little more humble. Just be a little more humble. You don't have to be nice, and you don't have to be extremely authentic, because honestly, nobody's really authentic on YouTube or anything that people record. So it takes a minute for people to warm up to the camera, but to me the camera is like my friend. So let me go ahead and shake myself. I had it next to me. So, yeah, this basically wasn't a tutorial, like I said. I just said hella random shit. And that's because that's what my channel is about. I also wanted to just put something out there that had nothing to do with love and that was sad and crying and all that. I wanted to kind of put something on here that was a little more like Britney instead of like the Queen Brie instead of the one crying in the car. I mean, that's gonna happen. I'm gonna try to figure out what to call that, because I am going to be going to the car like that. And I also want to just do my makeup and talk. I call that Mako, basically. if you look back into my channel. So anyway, I'm gonna just be done talking. There's nothing else for me to say because I'm done with my makeup. I mainly just kind of used you guys so I can just get dressed, because I needed to. But you know I love you guys. You guys are my royalty, and I'm so glad that I'm putting up videos because I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose my followers. I want to have people subscribe to my channel because I want people that are authentically themselves to a to a to a big extent. But just I just want to just spread love, and the more people that are around and the more people that are a part of my royalty world, the more it feels like there's more people that are weird as fuck like me. I went through like 98 different types of conversations because I'm random. I have so much ADHD in my head, plus I think a lot. But that's another situation. Maybe I should bring up another video about mental health because it is serious. It does happen and it needs to be looked at. So thank you guys for actually, like, well, I don't know how long you've been watching this, but thank you for watching and like listening to my random ass talk. But I appreciate all of you guys. I will see you later, royalty. Mwah.